Okay, I'm raging a little because I just made this video and my phone just said fuck it when I was trying to put captions on it. Feels like suppression, but you never fucking know. Anyway, J.Cole, Larussell, and Usher are all admitting the problem with the black community and black men, specifically within the black community, which is the perpetuation of patriarchal, oppressive, and ignorant values and representations and mindsets of protecting black men and only black men, and the concept of black men being the face of black culture instead of holding themselves accountable and other black men for misbehaviors, oppressive ideologies, abusive behaviors, racist behaviors, self-racist behaviors, and pretty coherent and excessive continuous damage that they have been doing within the community. I say that totality just in case, this video gets fucked up again. Starting with Usher defending Diddy and saying that that's not the person he knows, and that acting as if what he did was some type of misstep, and that because he's a black man who has forwarded black culture and he's a beacon of representation within our community is absolutely insane for you to even fucking say, when we know collectively what he has done and what he's been doing for a very long time, and it's clear this isn't just a one-time thing. He completely controlled, psychologically abused, physically abused, sexually abused, and systematically controlled and abused Cassie. That's just one person. Who was a black woman, by the way, who he had his seat on camera chasing her and stomping on her head, kicking her head in on camera. And we're just acting as if this is something to like, oh, this is a mistake and he's not that person. That's just like, no, that's not what you do. And what Usher is doing is a problem within the black community and within men in general, but within black men specifically, because of the patriarchy and their allegiance being more to that. They defend when men are pedophiles. They defend when men are abusers. They defend when men are sexual assaulters if they are friends with this person, and trying to say, oh, but they've done so much for black culture, as a way to absolve them of behaviors that are consistent, continuous, and a part of who they are as a person, to detract from that and act like, oh, but they're a beacon and they stand so much for black people when they actually don't, and they don't care themselves, is insane work. But it is something that black men tend to use as like a badge to deflect from the fact that they're pedophiles, they're abusers, they're self-racist, they do stuff to damage the community that help either their placement within the patriarchy or just society in general because they're selfish capitalists, or because they're misogynistic as fuck and want to get away with that because they don't care about women, especially black women. And they do things to effectively harm and retroactively harm and purposely harm them at all costs to strengthen their position within white supremacy. And that's what Usher did. Larussell did something that, again, that's the same. It comes from the same ideology to me. I'm kind of fusing them all because they're different executions of the same kind of mindset, which is the black patriarchal man and his role within the black community, and them thinking that they're the figureheads and represent it the most, irregardless of acknowledging gay black people, LGBTQ black people at all, black women as a whole. If black men are pedophiles, if black men are abusers, if black men hate women, if black men harm women, if black men sexually assault women, if black men beat women, all those things are okay as long as they're pro-black and fighting the man, even though they work within the man's structure on purpose through being religious as well, which is another issue. Larussell is perpetuating the same religion that has oppressed us and has continued to oppress the world in general, right? And it's been a very big thing within the black community that leads to more division because it's often what causes the continuation of anti-LGBTQ ideology, the continuation of like forcing marriage upon your children and all these other fucking ideas and worshiping God, and it's all under patriarchy as well. So just the belief in that and why men have their patriarchy, why used instilled even more within the black community, also comes from that. So his problem coming from that, and him doing the whole heaven sent thing and saying Epstein is heaven sent, and saying Adolf Hitler, who literally copied America in their format when detailing his oppression and his genocide and his ideologies of who is lower. He copied those people, and you're perpetuating their religion and saying that he's a heaven sent person. God created him, and then we're all equal, and we're all the same, and it can be forgiven. The idea that we should forgive those ideologies, those performances, those behaviors, those actions are insane and oppressive and anti-black and wrong, and you should not be doing that or saying that. I don't give a fuck what you think and what religion you follow. The message you're sending is harmful within our community. But because you are a patriarchal, self-centered, narcissistic black man who thinks you just I talk about stuff in my music and they don't understand. No, it's not that we don't understand. It's that what you're saying is damaging and wrong and terrible, even from the lens within your religion. And you shouldn't say that shit because we don't support pedophilia. We don't support rape. We don't support misogyny, anti-LGBTQ ideologies, and oppressive ideologies as a whole. And you perpetuating that shit by saying these people are heaven sent and God's children is fucking insane. And you want to make it about the fact that you think because you're just intellectually above people when you're making this music, when you're not even that impressive, is insane. You're not that important. You're not even that good to feel that way. And you haven't done enough within black culture and hip hop to even feel that way. So, again, black men's narcissism and them setting themselves as the standard and the figureheads within this fucking culture is a problem. J.Cole saying he doesn't want to dogpile on Diddy because Diddy was already down. Like he's not a whole, again, assaulter, a systemic issue. He shouldn't be representing our community. We shouldn't be protecting the image of a black man that is exuding those behaviors and harmful to people and harmful to the community overall. But you want to protect him in any way that you can because he's a black man. That is not okay. That ideology is killing us and killing you and our culture. So why the fuck would you even say that? This is what black men do though. In every facet of life within any class, they defend black men no matter what. Whether they're pedophiles, whether they're misogynist, whether they're abusers, all that shit. They enable all that behavior, they cover it up, they'll still be friended, and then they deny or defend or explain that behavior away because, again, the misogyny is rampant. They don't give a fuck when it comes to being a black man. Just the image and the preservation of their image and how they feel because they themselves are a black man. Black man is why they give a fuck. It's not about morality to them. They can do whatever they want because they don't give a fuck about black women. They don't give a fuck about black children. They don't give a fuck about gay black people. But when it comes to black men being perceived a certain way or being allowed to do those things because they care more about the patriarchy and their placement within white supremacy under the patriarchy, they sacrifice us, themselves, and anyone else to protect the black man's image. It's fucking terrible. And it's a constant thing and we need to talk about it more.